Hi, thanks for contacting us at Searchopotamus today. I got your email. It was just the basic contact form. You didn't actually fill out the request for a video audit, but I still wanted to go ahead and do one for you just because it's the best way to sort of illustrate based on your question, which was, basically what can we do for you and your local SEO. So the address that you provided in your email, was it 5655 North High Street in Columbus? Along with the company name. They didn't match what I was able to find online. And it looks like you have some presence online already. So I used what I'm already finding on Google and on other websites there as far as the address and the congruency between all of your information. So I'm not entirely sure which is your correct business address and what is your full business name. But like I say, I went based on what the information out on the web seems to be showing, which would give us a better prediction of what kind of local SEO you already have in place based on that. Assuming that this is your correct address. Now on Google here it shows 111 Columbus Street, and every place else I've seen in different directories and data aggregators is 3111 Columbus Street in Grove City, Ohio. So for the purposes of this illustration, all the scans that I've run with the address of 3111 Columbus Street, not just 111 Columbus Street. So diving right into it, when I found your business on Google in the local listings here, the first thing I noticed is there's this link right here that says "Own this business?" ? And that tells me that you haven't set up or claimed your Google My Business page. Now, when somebody does a search on Google for any kind of a local business, what comes up is this section right here. I mean, obviously there's other results and everything, but this is the main section. It's called the Google Maps section or the local results. There's like 10 other different names for it, so I won't go into all those. But as you can see, when I type in Aesthetic Clinic, Columbus, Ohio, again, I wasn't entirely sure what would be the best term to search for, what most people would search for when they're searching for a service such as yours. Just based on the other results, this seemed like a logical choice, so that's what I went with. So as you can see, Advanced Laser Skin Center comes up first, Skin Dermatology and Aesthetics, and then Adrian Aesthetics is third there. Now, a lot of the time when people search, the results that show down here are based a little bit on the proximity of the searcher to where those results are. So if somebody does a search and they are closer geographically to skin dermatology, then they might rank number one instead of Advanced Laser Skin Center. But me being based in Prescott, Arizona, the proximity factor doesn't really factor into it being such a distance away. Google can't really make a logical choice as to which one to show based on proximity because I'm so far away from all of them. It's almost a negligible difference. So just know that going into it here. But yes, this is what shows when somebody does a local search, and each of these results here are somebody's Google My Business page. So it's not some random organic result. These are deliberately created pages, and sometimes businesses don't even know that they have one created because if their information is elsewhere on the web, such as at other data aggregators, websites or review websites and things of that nature, then Google will index that information and create a default Google My Business page around that business because it's finding it relevant. And that seems to be actually what happened here with yours. So just because it has this "Own This Business" here, I know that you did not set up this Google My Business page, but Google has indexed one for you with the information that it has been able to pull from across the web. So the first order of business would be to claim this page. You can do that just by clicking on here, fill out some information. They will send you a postcard in the mail to verify your address, and that postcard will have a little code on it. You come back and you type it in, and then it verifies that you're actually the business owner and you claim this page. And that's something that we can also do for you as well on our end if you choose to work with us. But yeah, so that is what the results are. So the first order of business to rank in local search results is to get a Google My Business page and get one optimized, because that page is the result. Whereas down here you see all these other search results. These are all websites or different pages on different websites, which are the search results. In the local search results, it is your Google My Business page versus having a website ranking down here in these organic search results. So moving on, that would be the first order of business. There are three main things that factor into where a business ranks in the local search results. There is the Google My Business page and how well optimized it is. And for an example of how well optimized one might be, if we go over here and if we click on the number one result here, you will see that they have a lot of pictures here, a lot of photos. And if they were really getting deep into this and trying to rank highly in number one, I would assume that these images are what we call geotagged. Now, when you take a picture with your smartphone, or if you download a picture off the internet, whatever the case may be, those pictures are going to be tagged with a latitude and longitude as to where that picture was taken geographically. And if you have a whole bunch of different photos taken from different places, it doesn't do you any good as far as your local SEO is concerned for your Google My Business page. Now, however, what we do is we actually get into the metadata of each photo that you want to have on your Google My Business page, and we will geotag it with the location, the address of your business, so that Google thinks that every single one of those photos came from your location, and hence it sends another signal to Google that your business is more relevant. There's more evidence that it actually exists in the location where you say it exists, and therefore they will give you some extra credit as far as ranking higher. So that's just one way that we optimize a Google My Business page. There are lots of other things that we do. That's just one that I always like to point out because it's something that most people can wrap their head around pretty quickly. So now if we continue on, the next thing after Google My Business page, and the three things that I mentioned that are the biggest key factors in ranking highly, there is the Google My Business page optimization. The next one is on-site SEO, which is how well optimized your website is for local SEO. And then the third one is external SEO. So that is your the information that is out there regarding your business all over the web, mainly your name, address, and phone number, and how consistent your name, address, and phone number are across all the different data aggregators and review websites and things of that nature. And that sends the signals to Google as far as the external SEO that you should be ranked higher in the relevant searches. So first I'll go over to a little local scan that I did of your business based on the information that I could find. This isn't the address that you provided in your email. This is what I found throughout the web here. Because when I used the address in your email, it brought up a lot of these results down here, but it was saying that the address was wrong, and it was showing me the 311 Columbus or 3111 Columbus Street in every single one of these. So I figured that was more than likely the correct address. So that's what we went with, and I can see that you've done quite a bit of work here. Either that, or they have default indexed you by your information being found elsewhere, and pulling back and forth on that. But either way, you have listings on Bing, Facebook, Foursquare, a lot of these, and they're all very congruent. Your name, address, and phone number are congruent across all of these different citations, which is great. So the only thing that I'm seeing is there are a lot that you don't have listings on yet. So that's definitely an area for potential improvement. So it's definitely one of the best that I've seen, but at the same time, you're still not ranking at the top. So now when I did my search over here for aesthetic clinics, as you could see over here, back in these initial results, the top three only show, unless you click on more. So if I click on more here, And we scroll down. I believe when I did the count last time, you were number 14. So here we are, right there. So that was number 14, if I counted correctly. So basically, what that means is, even when it's based on proximity, if a searcher is closer to you than others, it's still not entirely likely that you're going to make the top 3 if there are any others that are even remotely near to the searcher that have better SEO. So basically, what that means is I want to see, obviously how we can rank you higher in the SEO, and luckily, what we do is we look at what the other businesses are doing as far as their SEO, because like you just saw that local SEO scan that I did with your information, well, I can do the same thing with theirs. So if we take the number 1 result here, Advanced Laser Skin Center, and I did the same scan on their information, and it's showing that there are still some inaccuracies, and a lot of those inaccuracies are just simply because there are places that they are not listed. And the list here between this scan of this business and the other scan of your business, this list is by no means an exhaustive list. There are thousands of data aggregator websites such as these, where we can where we can list your business and continue to build on your SEO. So this is just an initial scan. It's more of the larger ones, the more well-known ones, and the ones that tend to have the greatest effect on local SEO. So that's why we scan for these ones first. But you can see they have so many of these, and you're not terribly far behind as far as the quantity is concerned out of these major ones. But as you can see, they still have some weak points. They don't have local pages. They don't have Tupelo. They don't have Avantar. That are white and yellow pages. Ariel. So there are lots of different places. ChamberofCommerce.com is a huge one to get. Right here on Appendi, they don't have a phone number listed. So that's another point against them. Same thing here with Credibility Review. They have a phone number that does not match their phone numbers on 99% of the other websites or citations that they have. So you can see they've still got some areas that they could improve on as well, and have not. So basically what we do is, the first thing as far as what we do on our external SEO is we look at what have they done, because obviously they're ranking number 1 in the local search results. So what we do is we compare your scan to their scan. So here's yours again. And we will see, which citations do they have that you currently don't, and then we'll make sure and create those citations for you. And then we will look and see what do they not have. So for example, Mercantile Circle, they've got the wrong address. Local pages, they're not listed. So after we duplicate the listings that they have for your business, so that you can basically match what they're doing, then we're going to go in and look at the ones that they don't have, like local pages and Tupelo, and we will make sure that you have listings there. So this way you're not only matching what they're doing to rank number 1, but we're outdoing them. Now, one of the other big things that I mentioned is on-site SEO. So this is how we take care of the external SEO, and it's extremely effective because, obviously we're just doing the math. We copy what they do for the external SEO to rank number 1, and then we just continue going to a point where they won't be able to catch up unless they're using a service like ours as well, and even then they would have to be better than us at it. So now, as far as external SEO, I could not find a website for your business. So we would definitely want to, if you don't have one, maybe I just missed it somehow, but if you don't have a website, we definitely want to get you one built, and not only just get you a website built, because anybody can go to GoDaddy or Wix and get one of those free websites, but they're not going to do much at all to help your SEO. And the whole point of having the website from this the standpoint of my services is to use that to strengthen your SEO. Because when somebody goes on Google to search for an aesthetic clinic in Columbus, Ohio, we're not trying to rank your website. We're trying to rank your Google My Business page, because that is where the vast majority of people looking for a local business or service will actually go and click. They don't scroll down to the organic results. That's usually for people that are looking to buy something online and have it shipped from a different state. Now, it does happen, but in the vast majority of cases, people go to the map section and look for a result that they know to be local, because they're looking for a local service. So with that being said, we want to create you not only just a website, but an SEO optimized website, or rather local SEO optimized website. And so I went ahead and opened up Advanced Laser Skincare's website, and this is a model website of how to do local SEO. I would be very surprised if they are not using a service to not only create their citations, but also to advise them on and or build their website entirely for them for the purposes of local SEO. So if we look here, first of all, the website is very eye-catching. It's a very well-designed website from a usability standpoint, and from the standpoint of people wanting to see the website and see a professional website, and have trust in this company based on how professional their website is. So now one thing you'll see right here, they have a feed from Google and Facebook reviews, and that links back to Google and Facebook, which is huge for local SEO, because it's cross-linking between their external and their on-site SEO. Now this is really cool. They've got all these services down here. They have a ton of services. Because you don't have a website, I don't know all of what services you offer, but that's a great layout right there. And apparently it's not even all of them, that there's a view full list of services linked right below it. But getting down into the SEO, so here's basically just a larger version of what was up above, with the testimonials scrolling from right to left. But here's where it gets really good, is down here near the footer, where they've got their contact form. Now they've got links to their Twitter and Yelp pages. That is huge. And then not only the fact that they have their hours, but the way that they're laid out, just formatted here, is huge. Because if you take a look at this and just kind of commit to memory how this looks, Tuesday 9 a.m. - 5 p.m., Sunday closed. And if you go over to their Google My Business page, if we actually open this up, what you see, if you actually click on the hours here, see exactly how that's laid out. Okay, it is virtually identical to the format that Google has on the Google My Business page, and it's on their website. And just like little things like that send very strong signals to Google, because you're basically matching what they're doing, and they say, oh yeah, that's exactly how we have it laid out. We don't have to think any harder. We know that this is correct right off the bat. So not only does that rank you much better, it ranks you much more quickly as well. And now here is a huge thing that, unless you were specifically trying to affect your local SEO, most people wouldn't do. Now, in a lot of websites, I see that they have a map near the footer showing where their business is, but a lot of them are using like different third-party little like map things where they can basically just kind of cut and paste an image of a map from something else. But this is actually a Google Map embed. So this isn't just a picture, this is actually a Google Map that they have embedded on their website. You can see I can move it around. It's got their Google My Business page listing right here in the corner. You can zoom in or out. I mean, you can see right here, map data, copyright 2019 Google. This is a Google Map. It's not just any map, which is another huge signal. And then scrolling down, you've got even more reviews down here. I mean, this thing is so beautifully local SEO optimized, it is absolutely ridiculous. Now they've got a lot of different pages for their services and memberships and whatnot. Now what I would look at from an SEO standpoint next is the contact page, and you can see again, they've got their phone number, they've got their address laid out beautifully, they've got the exact same business hours laid out the exact same way they are on Google, the same way they are on their homepage, and again, another Google Map embed. It just doesn't get a whole lot better than this. There is one thing that we do that I am not seeing. Yeah, I'm not seeing that this website did. And there's one thing that we do to boost local SEO as far as on-site SEO. And I will actually hop over to our website here really quick. Got to open it up incognito here because otherwise it's just going to pull up my WordPress editor. So if I go to our website, it might take a second to load here. Because I've got so many tabs open. So here's our website, and if we go down to the bottom and down to the footer, you can see that we've got the hours of operation laid out that way. We've got the Google Map embedded. We've got the link to leave us reviews on Google. And all that's well and good. That's stuff that if anybody's optimizing a website for local SEO should be done. But one thing that we do that many do not is, if you see down here in the footer menu, we've got all the regular pages, but we also have this location page. And this is just in the footer menu. You can see it's not up here in the main menu because it's not a page that I created for potential clients or customers to look at. It doesn't provide any value to people who come to visit my website. The value in this page is just for SEO or local SEO. And because I'm a local SEO company, obviously I want to be found when people search for SEO or local SEO. So now you can see, once again, I've got the Google Map embedded. I've got my address and phone number, hours of operation the same way they are on Google. And you can see I've got a couple different H1 tags, which is just the HTML designation saying that this is an H1 tag, a header 1 tag, saying that when Google crawls my website, the H1 tags should be of the most important text for that web page. So you can see I've got local SEO in Prescott, AZ. So for yours, whatever your best keyword is, whatever people are searching for to find a business like yours, whether it's an aesthetic clinic in Columbus, Ohio, or aesthetic clinic in Grove City, Ohio, whatever it may be. And then a little blurb about it, and then the different services that we offer, again with Prescott AZ, Prescott AZ, Prescott AZ, so that I'm found in Prescott, which is my town. And then our local SEO in Prescott AZ, again here, directory citations. And as we're a pretty new business, we only have 3 listed here so far, and we're actually going to go back and build these out, and every single one of those other citations that I showed you in the scan from all those different data aggregators, we're going to have all of those here with links to those pages. And then as far as branching out a little bit farther from our hometown, so we've got Prescott Valley, which is right down the road, Chino Valley, Dewey Humboldt. It's kind of like a little Quad Cities area here, so I'm trying to extend out my SEO for the other local areas around here too, not just right in Prescott here. And by linking to the government websites of each one, as you can see, I hover over it down here in the bottom left-hand corner. It'll pop up that link goes to prescott-az.gov. This one goes to pvaz.net, which is Prescott Valley, Arizona. This one goes to the Chino Valley government website, and that one goes to the Dewey government website. So doing that sends more signals to Google that when people search for your type of business in these areas as well, that you should also be ranking for searches that have to do with those geographic areas as well that are near your town. So you have Columbus down here, Grove City, and whatever other nearby towns or cities there are as well. So this one page right here is pretty powerful, and very few people do it, and that includes local SEO marketing companies. So this is something pretty unique to what we do. There are some others who do it. Obviously, I learned it from somebody, but very few do this, and that's just one more value point for how we build our websites out. But I think I covered pretty much everything here. So, I mean, obviously, I'm sure you know the value of ranking in the local map pack over here, just because you contacted us wanting to know more about it, and I see you already have some citations built. So I'm sure I don't have to tell you that ranking in the top 3 here can just do wonders for the volume of business that you get. Because if you figure, let's just say hypothetically there are 50 other businesses that do anything close to what you do in the entire greater Columbus area. Out of those 50, just these top 3 are getting more than 90% of the combined business. So that means that the other 47 businesses below it, including yours currently, are basically splitting the difference between the remaining 10%. So it's much more lucrative to be up here. It can literally make or break a business, and it's the difference between just getting by and being the big dog in your city and having everything you want. So I hope I adequately explained how we're able to get you up there. It's just a matter of finding exactly what your competition that's already up here is doing, and then getting you to that level, because we already know what they're doing, so we can literally just do what they have done to get to that number 1 spot, and then we continue taking it further and further out. So not only do you achieve their level, but you surpass them, and then continue pedaling forward so that they have a very slim chance of catching up to you. And so that's why in our packages we have the extra 10 citations every single month that you're with us. So we start out with a given number of citations based on the package that you select, and then every month thereafter we do 10 more citations, because what we've found is if you continue to bombard with, say, 50 or 100 citations every month, Google, the algorithm looks at that and deems that to be unnatural. Kind of like in regular SEO, if a brand new website popped up and all of a sudden they had like 3,000 backlinks, they would know that somebody was just out there spamming backlinks all over the place. And then Google penalizes websites for that. Same way that if we were to continually do the 50 or 70 initial citations, but do that every single month, that would send a strong signal to Google that it's not exactly organic, and they only like to rank things that are organically being searched out by the public. But now when it comes to the initial citations that we do in the first month, Google also recognizes that for new businesses, people are going to be out there doing the marketing, so it doesn't really penalize you for doing that sort of blitz in the first month there, which is nice. So we can get you out there pretty quickly. Now I want to set your expectations properly. Now SEO, as I'm sure you know, is not an overnight fix for anything. It does take time for Google to index all these different citations that we build. It takes time for Google to index your website. It's a little bit faster with your Google My Business page because it is Google. But what we normally set the expectation is about 3 to 6 months is when you start seeing the really good results. Now, obviously, depending on competition and how well optimized your competition is and the volume of competition, it can be faster or slower. So we can't guarantee any time frames, obviously, because of the nature of just competition and Google itself. But it's kind of like a freight train. It's a little bit slow to get going, but once it has its momentum, it's virtually unstoppable. That's kind of the way we think of SEO and local SEO in particular. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach back out. I know you didn't request this audit video, but I thought it was the best way to illustrate the answer to your question from your contact. So I'm going to put a button below this page to request or rather schedule a one-on-one with me. So I only do those one-on-one calls. We call onboarding calls. I do those on the weekends. Because that's when I actually have time to give my clients, as much time as you guys deserve. So I'll put the link down there. If you find a time on Saturday or Sunday in the coming weekends, please feel free to schedule a time with me, and I will give you a call, and we can just continue talking about and see what we can do for you. If you have any questions in the interim, feel free to email me. You can do it again through the website, or you can reply to the email from which the link to this video came. And that email is michael@searchopotamus.com. And I look forward to hearing from you.